Bærum, Norway, just outside Oslo, is where Sturla Holm Lægreid grew up after being born there on February 20th, 1997. Skiing and shooting are practically the national pastime in Norway, and he followed that path through Wang Sports Gymnasium in Oslo before earning a spot on the Norwegian National Biathlon A team in May of 2020. For anyone who doesn't follow the sport closely, biathlon combines cross-country skiing with precision rifle shooting, and it demands an almost impossible blend of cardiovascular endurance and ice-cold composure. Athletes ski grueling distances, then stop at a shooting range, slow their breathing, calm their heart rate, and try to hit 5 small targets with a rifle. Every miss carries a time penalty. Lægreid is elite at both halves of the sport. His breakout came during the 2020-21 season, and it came fast. Just 5 World Cup starts into his career at Kontiolahti, Finland. In November of 2020, he won the 20-kilometer individual with a perfect 20 out of 20 shooting score. 7 individual victories and 10 podiums followed that same season, which left him second in the overall standings behind the great Johannes Thingnesbø by a razor-thin margin of just 13 points. What happened next elevated him into historic company. At the 2021 World Championships in Pokljuka, Slovenia, Lægreid captured 4 gold medals at a single championship, winning the 20-kilometer individual, the 15-kilometer mass start, the men's relay, and the mixed relay. Only 2 other biathletes have ever pulled that off: Ole Einar Bjørndalen and Martin Fourcade. Olympic gold arrived at the 2022 Beijing Games in the 4x7.5 kilometer relay. And heading into Milano Cortina, Lægreid was competing at the highest level of his career. The overall World Cup title,
stellar penultimate day of action on the 2024-25 BMW IBU
at the Oslo Holmenkollen season finals with another perfect 20 out of 20 performance. That made him
starts with the men's pursuit
in history to claim the
but Johannes Thingnesbø, his final pursuit
of 2026, his career numbers read like a highlight reel: 79 World Cup podiums, 16 individual victories.
As a biathlete retiring after tomorrow's races,
7 of those being gold and 6 Crystal Globe discipline titles. One more detail about him that actually matters later: he holds
miss at 12 o'clock.
The
first hit is high as well. Just barely in at 12. So zero's a little bit high.
Before this season, he'd switched from Matches skis to Fischer, inheriting the entire ski fleet from the retiring
target.
brothers.
He'll get some information about that, but he will go to the penalty loop and pay for that first miss.
Because in December of 2025, his former junior relay teammate, Sivert Guttormbakken, died at a training camp in Italy.
One shot ahead of Dale Shipdahl. He's 5 for 5, and Dale Shipdahl
already emotionally fragile.
Those cleaners.
That's who we're talking about here. Not some obscure athlete nobody recognized. The reigning World Cup champion, a 4-time world gold medalist, an Olympic champion,
and Tommaso Giacomelli working together just outside.
February 10th, 2026, at the Anterselva Biathlon Arena in Antholz-Anterselva,
behind the time of Johannes Thingnesbø.
Sutro Arena. The event
Johannes
was a 20-kilometer individual, one of biathlon's marquee races, on day 4 of the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics.
And the door opens up for Sturla Holm Lægreid. He takes his time to the first shot
of Lægreid's, who shot a flawless 20 out of 20 and won on his Olympic debut. Silver belonged to France's Eric Perrault, who hit 19 of 20
Right, assessing the situation subconsciously.
And he's 5 for 5, and he will go into the lead.
19 out of 20, crossing the line 48.3 seconds behind the winner, and earning his first individual.
Sturla Holm Lægreid breaks the position so quickly. It's a miss for Isak Spray, and he'll be once to the loop.
His words were, "I won't hide the fact that I don't have high expectations for myself." That comment was about far more than biathlon.
Tommaso Giacomelli and Quentin Fiormae can swing by and out onto the course.
In the mixed zone, a press area set up for live interviews. NRK journalist Hanna Skellum stood waiting with a camera and a microphone.
That's a formidable duo, chasing Sturla.
Something like
but they haven't closed.
BBC. And in a country where biathlon draws enormous audiences, millions of viewers were watching.
In this second time check after that point,
what followed was unlike anything anyone had witnessed in an Olympic interview. Lægreid's face crumpled, tears came, and instead of discussing the race or the medal, he launched into a confession he had planned the night before.
No trouble at all. 5 out of 5, a perfect 15 so far for Sturla Holm Lægreid,
who might not be watching today. 6 months ago, I met the love of my life, the most beautiful and kindest person in the world.
How does Johannes Dingesbo respond? Johannes Darley-Shevdal will be once into the penalty loop.
I told her about it a week ago. It's been the worst week of my life. He kept going. I had the gold medal in life, and I am sure there are many people
is 5 for 5, and the chase is still on here, twice around the loop now for Johannes Darley-Shevdal, so that's okay.
Then came his reasoning. My only path to the finish line is to tell her everything and put it all on the table and
the door for third place for these two who are traveling together. Once to the loop for Tommaso Giacomel and Quentin Field.
And then the line that went everywhere. The one that ended up in every headline and every group chat
will join him in sync. Look at that. It's now 5.2 seconds. It was 11.2. 6
social suicide and be hated by everyone. Because I am already hated by her, and I hope that maybe
he's cut into the advantage of Sturla Holm Lægreid.
He also told Skellum, I try to be a good role model, and I did something stupid. You have to admit when you do something you can't stand for and hurt someone you love so much. In our case, sports chief Espen Olsen Langfeldt confirmed afterward that nobody at the network saw it coming. He put it this way. It came as unexpectedly for us as it did for the Norwegian people.
Lægreid applies the pressure.
Did an outstanding job.
3 for 3.
And also
4 for 4, 5 for 5.
Follow-up questions. And here's the thing that changes the whole texture of this moment. None of it was spontaneous.
Dingesbo is off to the penalty loop.
TV2, another Norwegian broadcaster,
and Sturla Holm Lægreid, surely,
February 9th, the evening before the race, he experienced what he described as a kind of revelation and decided he would, in his own words,
Sturla Holm Lægreid.
The timeline fills in the rest. Around August of 2025, he met this woman. Roughly 3 months later, around November, he was unfaithful. Then, around February 3rd, about a week before the race, he confessed the truth to her, and she ended things. That Monday night, with the 20-kilometer event,
the discipline title and the overall Crystal Globe.
A follow-up conversation with VG, one of Norway's biggest newspapers, produced this. I told her a week ago, and then it ended, of course.
Ski race for the bronze today in Oslo between the Italian and the Frenchman.
I regret it. He also delivered what became the most quoted line of the whole ordeal, aside from the nuclear bomb comment.
He's trying to attack, but he's matched everywhere. As soon as he pushes, Quentin Field pushes too.
Stupid stuff. The post-race press conference was supposed to celebrate Johan-Olav Botn winning Olympic gold,
and he will be welcomed home.
His words at the
on top of the world.
We make different choices during our life, and that's how we make life. So today, I made a choice to tell the world
perfect 20.
So maybe
to take
there is a chance
top spot today
really
and top spot
and maybe
on the
not.
2020.
But I don't want to think I didn't try everything to get her back. That acknowledgement of what he'd overshadowed came
for 25 BMW IBU World Cup season.
If I ruined your day, but
Sturla Holm Lægreid is your champion.
I don't want to steal the limelight today. And he admitted, now I hope I didn't ruin Johan's day. Maybe it was really selfish of me.
Johannes Dingesbo couldn't push it to one final day. And it is the Frenchman who's in.
Do whatever he wants in the mixed zone. That's none of my business. Others were far less generous, and the criticism started.
It will be the Frenchman across the line, just
Johannes Dingesbo,
as Quentin Field takes another
biathlon legend, 4-time Olympic gold medalist at Beijing, and now an NRK expert, offered a blunt assessment.
But it's all about these two today. A battle that's raged on all season.
The legendary Norwegian cross-country skier working as an NRK Olympic expert alongside BO. Piled on.
Two Norwegians.
Sturla, congratulations. What a win it was. What a battle was it.
Over on TV2, Ole Einar Bjørndalen, the man many consider the greatest biathlete who ever lived.
How was it for you?
It was a battle I will remember for the rest of my life.
Was even more cutting. You've won a medal, so you'd think there were other things worth celebrating. Reactions among Lægreid's teammates split down
Johannes is in his best shape and impossible to beat. But
Anne offered, it's good that he's open about it. 24-year-old Martin Oldal, on the other hand, told reporters he had been
today I did it. I did an incredible thing and I secured the globe, so
the weight
I
of
will
his
write down
choice
history.
seemed to catch up with him. He told VG, I see it myself now in hindsight. As I said, this is Johan's day, and it was sad that this got as much attention
It's great,
as it did.
thanks.
Actually, you really secured.
Your gold medal lasts forever, while the infidelity will blow over quickly. Following the medal ceremony, he told
win your
NRK,
first total score win. Did you have it in your mind when you were crossing the finish line, and like how was it?
There is light at the end of the tunnel for us both. Then came a line that sat somewhere between hopeful and delusional. I'm happy because maybe she has.
Of course,
maybe she will see it.
I knew the whole race that if I beat Johannes, I will win the total score.
Within hours, the confession had crossed every border and every language. E! News, ESPN, NBC News, CNN,
I knew that we were going into
Fox
the last
News,
shooting together,
Variety,
and
the Hollywood Reporter,
it was now or never. And
the Daily Beast, CBC, France 24, all of them ran the story. The reactions sorted themselves into 4 distinct groups.
When I was skiing out the last loop alone, I couldn't really believe it. I mean, it's a dream come true, really. And
circulated everywhere on social media. I don't condone what he did, but I admire the humility to admit it to the entire
all my friends and family
world.
are here supporting me, and it's been my biggest goal ever since.
And this was the loudest voice in Norwegian media specifically. Johan-Olav Botn's golden Olympic debut had been completely eclipsed.
I started with white ops, so
it
means a lot.
On a day
Congratulations, Sturla, you did an amazing job today.
In his Olympic debut, it is now his infidelity that will be what many remember from this session. Camp 3 treated the whole thing as selfish.
First place and the winner, Sturla Holm Lægreid.
Viral response laid out the irony everybody noticed. But you literally didn't only have eyes for her. Another user asked a question nobody could quite answer. Ridiculous. I guess his plan was to do nothing if he didn't win a medal. The sports website Defector ran a headline that read, Norwegian biathlete at summit of his life's work, I cheated on my girlfriend. And added a line that stuck. You would think that an athlete who spends a lot of time regulating his heart rate would have a little more self-control. A Yahoo Sports columnist wrestled with the ambiguity. I still can't decide if this is a romantic gesture or not. It's supremely embarrassing for Lægreid's ex and those around her to be dragged into a nationally televised apology and the pressure it now puts on her. That leads directly into Camp 4, which raised the most uncomfortable question of all. What about the unnamed woman's privacy? Relationship experts appearing on TV2 were direct, with one saying, I would in no way claim that is a wise thing to do. Their core argument was that confessing on live television in front of millions placed enormous public pressure on this woman to respond, whether she wanted to or not. Lægreid never identified her by name in any interview, but the confession itself made her a part of a story she never chose to enter. Norwegian media trade journal Journalisten reported that NRK held internal press ethics discussions about broadcasting such intimate personal content on a live feed. The network defended their journalist's handling, but acknowledged the confession blindsided. A Swedish journalist at the event offered what might have been the most measured take of all, calling it simply the strangest medal interview I've seen.
The 28-year-old took bronze behind teammate Johan-Olav Botn and Frenchman Eric Perot. Lægreid landed ninth.
His words, I haven't had any reactions from the girl that I mentioned. He remained hopeful. Maybe she hasn't
20
seen
targets
it.
at the normal
Maybe she
distance.
will see it at
in
the
the
right
interview
time.
with NRK, he
The
first
Norwegian
started by
Biathlon
thanking
Federation
everyone who has
issued no
helped him
formal
on the path
statement,
to his first
and no disciplinary action followed or was anticipated, since the matter was personal rather than a sporting violation.
Olympic medal.
Lægreid
And then,
stayed fully
unprompted,
eligible
he
for
made an
every
admission.
remaining biathlon
And then there's
event
someone I
at
wanted
the
to share it with who might not be watching
2026
today.
Olympics. One detail that nobody in the press missed: his next scheduled race, the men's biathlon sprint, falls
6
on
months
February
ago, I met the love of my
14th.
life, the most beautiful and
Valentine's
kindest
Day.
person in the world.
Whether the
3
emotional
months ago,
toll
I made
of
my
all
biggest
this
mistake.
affects him on the course is something only that race will answer. What we know for certain is that Sturla Holm
Cheated on her.
Lægreid
And I told her
remains one
about
of
it
the
a week
most
ago.
talented
It's been the worst week of my
biathletes on
life,
the planet.
he says tearfully
Still
in the
the
interview.
reigning World Cup overall champion, and still, by all accounts, deeply in love with a woman whose name he refuses to
At the
share
Milan
and
Cortina
who may or may
2026
not be
Winter
watching.
Olympics,
There's no
Norwegian
clean moral here.
biathlete Sturla
Lægreid
Holm
did something
Lægreid
wrong,
took
admitted it in what might be the most dramatic, public, and polarizing way any athlete has
the
ever
bronze
admitted
medal in the
anything.
men's 20
You can read
kilometers
it as
individual
brave or
biathlon
selfish,
race.
romantic
The event,
or narcissistic,
held in Antholz,
accountability or spectacle. The fact that keeps getting buried under all the noise is that on the same afternoon, a young Norwegian
saw Lægreid perform
named
strongly on both
Johan-Olav
skis
Botn
and the
walked
shooting
into his
range,
first Olympic
hitting
race,
19 of 20
shot
targets.
a perfect 20 out of 20 and won gold. That was supposed to be the headline. Sometimes the biggest medal moments aren't the ones
finishing
that
third
generate
behind
the most
compatriot
coverage.
Johan-Olav
And
Botn,
sometimes
gold,
the things
and
athletes carry
France's
across
Eric
the finish
Perrault.
line
What made
weigh
Lægreid's
a lot
post-race
more
moment
than a rifle. If this one hit you the way it hit me, drop a comment and tell me which camp you fall into.
particularly unusual
or
was what he
selfish.
said during a live
And
television interview.
subscribe, because
After
the
the race,
2026
speaking on
Olympics
Norway,
are just getting started, and based on everything we've seen so far, absolutely anything can happen.
of my life 6 months ago, and that he had cheated on her 3 months